I'd like to call the June 9th meeting of the Johnston County Board of Commissioners to order and welcome those of you who have chosen to come out on this extra meeting in June to be with us. Thank you for coming. Also, those who are watching on our YouTube live stream, welcome to you as well. As is customary, we will open our meeting with the invocation, and I've asked Commissioner Rose to lead us in that, and that will be followed by the pledge. And I've asked Commissioner Stevens to lead us in that. So if we would, if you choose so, please stand for the invocation.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day you've given us. Please grant us the wisdom, clarity, and compassion as we make decisions that affect the lives of those we represent. Bless our county, its people, and all those who work to make it a better place. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we only have a couple items on the agenda tonight for our regular session. And the first one is, let me back up. So we are 6 priorities. I forgot our 6 priorities. And tonight we will focus on the one that makes the first 5 I'm going to read out possible. Educational funding, infrastructure, land use, public safety, our county employees, and tonight the focus is financial stewardship with our budget prep for next year. So with that, we will move on. The first item is finance approval of an audit contract for the year ending June of this year, 25, June 30th. And Chad McLean, our finance director, is going to present that to us.
Hey, good evening. As is customary every year, the Local Government Commission requires that our board approve the audit contract for the next year, which will be ending June 30, 2025. The contract this year is $89,750, which is a 3.8% increase over last year. Because of the mandates and everything that's required now of our auditors to present the things that they have to do to the Local Government Commission, we felt like that was a good, reasonable increase, and we recommend approval for this year.
All right, any questions for Mr. McLam on that? If not, I hear a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the request as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
I've got one question. Will a different team be doing it within the firm?
No, sir. It's the same team.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? All right, all those in favor of the motion to approve, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have budget discussion and also presentations or requests from the floor. We will hear anyone who wishes to come and speak on the fiscal year 25-26 county budget. And I believe we have Judge Addie Rawls here to speak to us on behalf of the Johnson Lee Harnett Community Action. It's good to see you.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to be here. It's good to see each of you here today, and I'm always grateful to come before you, but I always prefer not to. So thank you so very much. I do want to say thank you to our county manager, Mr. Rick Hester. As you know, Johnson Lee Harnett lost their beloved executive director, Dr. E. Marie Watson, in this spring, and he did come and speak on behalf. She served so many committees and programs throughout our county as she continued her calls for it. I'm reminded of her work when I watched a documentary that was done on her, that she talked about how many of our programs within the county originated at our community action. Never knew that teen parenting was a part of them, that they would transport people to doctors many years ago, and a lot of things have spurned from that into serving those who are disenfranchised or otherwise disadvantaged in our county. And so fortunately, I became associated with it about 3 years ago and accepted the call to be its chair this current year. And so we are doing what we need to do I also have present with us today Mrs. Ruby Bryant, who is our interim executive director, who is our human resource director for Johnston Lee Harnett Community Action, and has been there over 25 years. So we have a lot of people who have many years of experiences there at the agency, and we're grateful for them remaining. And I would say the same about our board of directors. To say that, of course, like anyone here, we continue to provide great services to the citizens of our county. We also encompass Lee County and Harnett County. I'm here focused tonight on Johnston County. We have several programs. You may have heard many of them. You know, of course, our main program, I would say, but is our Head Start program. There in that program, we serve 281 children in Head Start, 60 early Head Start children. Last year some sites were closed, and we're working with that. In our community block service grant, which is the program that focuses on education, jobs, and housing of citizens who qualify based upon income. To be a part of that program, we're currently working with that. And of the number, and this may be our three counties, Johnston County, 2,286 individuals have come through in some form or another. Some have attended classes at Johnston Community College. Others, now we don't provide any finances through that program for housing. However, they help them in locating landlords, completing applications, and doing that. They also have several community partners, and my church is one of them. There are several other churches who do give into that program, and so they're able to tell someone, what do you have? And based on what they have, they're able to call upon some people who can assist in helping to meet the goal, being a good steward of what resources the agency has, and also those people who trust them. I found out it's much easier for me to say to them, if you're having trouble with housing and you're facing some things and you have to figure it out, to go to the agency, because they make them take classes on financing, setting budgets, and things of that nature, which the church doesn't do. And they would probably get upset if I did it. However, through them, they're able to have some accountability. So I've turned over that part to that agency. And in the same token, then it helps me help people, but make people also accountable for the help that they receive by participating. So when they say they're good to go, then I can access some resources to assist them. The other program that's very needed is the weatherization program, and that includes several hubs, which includes Duke Energy. It's called Helping Home Fund. Through that, they're able to help take aging appliances and replace some of those things, and weatherization also, as far as even just looking at mold, mildew, covering windows, those types of things. And then there's a HEART program that is administered that deals with heating and air repair, and often through some of the other companies like Duke and other community partners, we're able to serve them. And then rapid rehousing addresses homelessness, and it gets people in housing and assists. They have contracts with some of the area hotels for a certain number of days, and able to talk with some of our other agencies, such as Housing Authority and other landlords. Some people may not be eligible, but if you ever mess up eligibility with public housing, you have to find landlords willing to work with it. And I deal with that often when people complain about where they live, where they have to go, and I have to say to them, let me send you some numbers, and I want you to look at this so you can see it's not as easy as it has been. And now many landlords are not even accepting Section 8. They're saying we don't want to deal with that. So it's difficult, and I deal with it on a regular basis. And so that is what we do. They're able sometimes to help with food issues and helping and assisting in that. And so often we might buy some gift cards or something and give to them, to some of our grocers, and deal with that. Or even when I have some things available, I'm able to say, look, we have this stuff available. Let them know they can come and we can make some things happen. I've been asked many times, what kind of food do we have in the church pantry? And I say, send them, come on. And I was told by one of the employees, you got good groceries. And I'm grateful for that opportunity to be able to provide some basic needs to people. So we've decided this year, Ms. Ruby was the author of the letter, so you're welcome to join me if you would like, Ms. Ruby, to request an allocation. Of course, I'm gonna say it like this, we asked for an allocation if feasible between 50 to 100,000 in unrestricted support through our budget here at the county to meet urgent community needs. I would say this much too, I'm gonna say like we say in the church, any way you bless us, we would be satisfied. This is not a fly-by-night agency, it's not an agency since 1965, I believe. I was 1 year old, and I'm retired now. This agency has been providing services in our community to citizens within our county, and I believe their heart is in it. The employees are committed to what they do, and it has been my pleasure to work with them over the course as their chairperson now for a few months and help them. But also I was a board member and I served on the personnel committee. We are certainly tasked now with finding an executive director with the same passion for serving our community as Dr. E. Marie Watson exhibited, and I believe that person is out there. So we're doing that search. I was going to call and contact to see if we can put that advertisement on our county site, because that's a necessary person we need to take our agency to the next focus. But I'm sure that I won't have to come here next year begging. They will come when I have to come begging. I'll be sitting back there. But I do respectfully ask that you give some consideration. I know we're late in the game, but we landed in this place that we didn't know we were going to land. And so we're doing the best we can to make it happen. I'm committed to it. They see me all the time. I believe Mrs. Bryant is committed to doing what she does. She served many years, even prior to going to community action. She worked for our housing authority, gave wonderful services to our county. And that's how I met her, working with our young people and working with people within our community. And I believe that commitment continues to exist. If you ask if Tina Ray's still working, she's still working. And she's the one that heads up our community block service grant program. And these ladies are a wonderful pleasure to work with those things that we need to assist us in serving the people of this county.
All right. Any questions for Judge Rawls or Ms. Bryant?
Judge Addy, I hope you can find someone with as much grace and passion as Ms. Marie Watson.
And we will look for that.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yep, she was a good lady.
Fortunately, Commissioner Barbara McCoy is of the Harnett County Board of Commissioners, is the chair of our personnel committee. And so I believe she's going to be committed to that. We also have Commissioner Taylor Vorback of the Lee County Commission. And likewise, they got letters as well from us asking for support for the endeavors of the county. And we appreciate anything, if you could, would be able to do to benefit us.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both for your service.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else wishing to come forward and speak?
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
I know April had pointed out this is not gymnastics. I was here earlier and said I had to take my son to gymnastics class, but a lot of people were busy and I felt prepared. So gymnastics will wait because I wanted to be able to speak to y'all all today and just thank y'all for the opportunity. Myself and a group of our others. Hey, y'all, I'm Liz. Johnston County resident, Clayton, stay in Clayton. I'm the organizer for Down Home, North Carolina, and we were here a little earlier with a group of people just following up on some questions that we that had gotten asked from a few county commissioners. So we just want to take the time to express our gratitude to the county commissioners for allowing us to answer those around our current issue campaign, Healthy Food, Strong Families. We are excited about the current interest and dedication shown by several board members in implementing this program beyond the constraints of the county budget, and we look forward to engaging in further discussions to bring this vital initiative to life. I would like to share a PowerPoint that was shared earlier. You would probably like this, Ms. Page.
Thank you.
You didn't get one.
I have one.
Thank you.
Y'all got mine? Yep, thank you.
So that PowerPoint is what we went over. It's a breakdown, again, of our current issue campaign. And it outlines the request for the county commissioners. Specifically on page 4, it's a breakdown of the cost to a minimum of $15,000 to pilot a program like this to at least one local farmers market. That is a very low number, and it is off of estimations based off of equipment, potential promotion fees, and token supplies and things like that. We understand that farmers and markets are interested in accepting EBT and SNAP benefits, but have expressed concerns about equipment costs and promotional efforts. We have detailed these considerations in that list, and we believe that the county commissioners are the ones to help fill in those barriers with getting some of those equipment costs and helping with promotions. We are ready to connect and collaborate with you and other partners like DHS and Joco Grow. Is that right? Yeah. To establish this program in the 2025 year. Our data team plans on sending a follow-up email with this PowerPoint presentation because it has a lot of links included to provide more information. We thank you again for the support, and we look forward to continuing this important conversation and to seeing Double Bucks implemented, because my sister, my cousin, I've been telling people about it, and I'm like, once we get it, we got to go use it. So it's people that are knowing and excited about it. So if we can get this in Johnston County, we will have people to be able to use it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else? All right, I did want to recognize we did have an email from Jason Daniels earlier today, and he implored us to consider a revenue-neutral tax rate for this coming year.
Plus inflation, inflation.
Yes. Well, yes, and technically revenue neutral does include the historic growth,
Right.
but yeah, he did say same revenue plus inflation, so, and thank Mr. Daniels for that. And I would just say that we will consider adoption of our budget at the meeting next Monday, June the 16th, as part of that agenda, so. And you can continue to send emails if you need to, and with that, and it's not on the agenda, but I will say any board comments. I'll start with Commissioner Stevens. That's not on our agenda, but we will wing it.
Are these board comments regarding anything, or just like our typical going around board
Typical
comments?
board comments, so whatever's open to whatever you have on your mind that you want to talk about, so.
Was it like closing comment? Sorry, I was prepared for my closing board comment.
So that's not on the agenda, but
Okay.
this is the last round for you to say something.
I couldn't tell.
You can
Sorry.
speak now, or I'm going to go on the microphone and say my thing.
That's what happens when you don't give me a normal agenda. Very, very off topic, but I had the honor of watching yesterday. There was a wardrobe showing for all the young women that are going to be competing on behalf, representing Johnston County, Smithfield, Cleveland, the teen and the miss contestants. And I'm just once again blown away by the talented individuals that are in this county and the people that are pouring into them. And I think we have a lot to be proud of in this county with the representation that we're sending to such a prestigious scholarship program. So just wanted to, they all compete for Miss North Carolina's teen and the end of this month. So it was just an honor to be able to be a part of that and hear them talk about one contestant specifically, and she got choked up, and I feel like I am now, but about what an important person Mr. Lee was to her and how he encouraged her, and she is our Miss Smithfield, and she is, if she gets the chance to talk about him, there won't be a dry eye in the room, because she is very passionate about what he meant to Johnston County and to this community. And it was just so great to hear so many different stories of the way our community has shaped these young ladies and the aspirations that they have. So it was just really encouraging, and just want to give them a kudos and a good luck from us.
All right. Commissioner Rose.
One of the benefits, I guess you would say, of being a county commissioner is getting to serve on other boards. Our lovely chairman has given us each some boards to serve on.
They've
And
been called lovely before, but I appreciate that.
but a couple of those met today, and I'd like to share a little bit about what's going on with one of them. The I-95, I-40 Alliance is something that I've been serving on now since December, and there are a lot of people volunteering their time and as a part of this board to try to bring more industry to Johnston County. We do serve as a crossroads of America, as it's called. I-95 and I-40 are right there together, and there are a lot of people who recognize what an important place this could be for industry. I've seen and read lots of comments that nobody's doing anything about it, and on the outside, I could maybe understand that, but I just want you to understand that there are a lot of people who are working and putting in a lot of time to bring in industry to those areas. And a couple of things you can see that are actually happening if you drive along 95 and you look right there around Four Oaks, you'll see a nice, beautiful new building that's coming along as part of a joint effort with the Johnston Community College to be able to educate and train a workforce with high skills and bring them to Johnston County and attract industry. There's an industry incubation space in that building, and it is a very impressive building. We were there today with the Secretary of Commerce, Lily, came down from Raleigh to visit, and we were able to see the progress, and that building is scheduled to open in 22 days, and they are working feverishly to get that building finished, along with another building that's being repurposed in Dunn. That's a 100-year-old plus school that is being used also for their community college down there. So I wanted to say that there is a lot of things going on. And the other thing is I'm able to serve on the Heritage Committee today, and there are a lot of interesting and really neat things that are going on. And once again, a lot of volunteerism that makes all these things work. So I'd just like to say how much I appreciate all the volunteers that just work hard every day to make Johnston County a better place.
All right, thank you. Vice Chairman Harris.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just a few things. One, we're continuing the conversations on the behavioral health urgent care. I know I keep talking about that, but we're so close now. I think we're about to, I won't say we'll start turning dirt, but we're getting close to it anyway. So we've had a lot of conversations. We started about 3 years ago discussing the mental health crisis that we have not only in Johnston County but in North Carolina as well, and really across the nation. And so I'm happy to report that we're getting very close to being able to include something hopefully in our budget discussions to move forward with that to serve the citizens of this county. The other thing that I think is inspiring to me, and like the other commissioners, I get the opportunity to serve on numerous boards and committees and advisory capacities. And it's really amazing to see the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes and the dedicated people all across the county that are just making a difference in people's lives. And they don't get a lot of headlines for it. They don't get a lot of publicity for it, but they're behind the scenes and they're working and they're doing things to make life better for people. And it's really inspiring. And so, the news media, I know it sells newspapers to get the bad news in there, but there's so much good news going on. I encourage you to look around at the people that are right beside you that are working every single day to make the county better and to do things for the people that sometimes can't do for themselves. And it's really inspiring to see that. And budget operations continue. This is a challenging year, as we all know, but we're going to get it done. And I'm excited about the opportunities, and we'll get everybody together in the next few days, and I appreciate everybody's input. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Godwin.
What's been on everybody's mind, anybody associated with the county government, what you hear most about is tax rate. I heard it this morning at 5 o'clock at Health Quest. You hear it at lunch. You hear it everywhere you go. People are concerned about it, and I understand why. And I've heard a lot of people talk about the proposed budget that our county manager has put forth. But everybody needs to understand that when we establish priorities for the board and the things that we need to have done, and some of those things have been put off far too long, he's charged with coming up with a way to get from here to there and to meet those obligations and still keep our county in a AAA bond rating, which is very important. And I think that's what he's tried to do. But I think as we deal with this and wrestle with this situation, it's going to be incumbent upon us to come up with something that we can all live with, still moving towards accomplishing those goals, but we might not get it done in the time frame that we would like to, but there's a realism that we all got to grapple with. People talk about revenue neutral tax rate. I've done some crunching numbers on my own, and it's very difficult to project because a big portion of that is sales tax. We don't know what the sales tax is going to be this year until after the fact. But if you base it on history lately, I'm thinking we ought to be able to achieve something in the upper 40s, 50-cent range. But that's just my own feeling, and I'm only one vote. But that's where I'm at this point.
Thank you. Commissioner Stovall.
Nothing to add tonight, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Commissioner Davis.
I'd just like to echo what the other commissioners have said, that, Commissioner Rose and I also had our Heritage Commission meeting and at 1 o'clock. And so it was also neat to know that there's the Heritage Center, which is across the street, but there's also the museum. And so I would encourage residents, if you've never visited the museum, to try to go to the museum. They've got a fun, interactive one right now about barbecue. And so really neat to see how they're including local barbecue restaurants and staples that are normally in the county to be part of that. So it's really neat to know that there's history that you can actually visit, interactive. You don't always have to go to Raleigh to visit a museum, that there's stuff here for people, local people to do.
All right. Thank you. And just, I didn't have much, but I did want to say that our manager, Rick Hester, was not here tonight. He had a family situation he had to deal with, so prayers to Rick and his family as he's taking care of that. The other thing you had mentioned, the unknown of sales tax, we also have, is it $2.6 billion that are still under appeals in property value? So there's so we've got a couple of unknowns that we're dealing with as we're trying to hit that moving target, and then we are probably not likely to have all of that between now and next Monday. But it is something this board, you see us here 3 times a month, and we've talked about committees and other things that we serve on in addition to this board and as part of this board. But the thing that has been at the top of the discussion probably for the last several months is the tax rate and budget, and we've worked hard. Staff has worked even harder over a number of months to get us to the point we are today in answering questions rapid fired at them to get information back to us. I did want to say thank you to staff for helping us to help us make a decision there, and thank you for your time and that you're putting into it. So with that, we do have a need for a closed session, and we will not take any action after that. So I do need a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Chair, I'll move that,
You go ahead. Harris.
we can do it in unison.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Stereo.
Pretty good. I move the board go into closed session for the purposes of personnel pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A6.
What do you see it?
So we have a motion and a second. All right. All those in favor of the motion to go into closed session, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We will go into closed session after a minute to clear the boardroom. Yeah, thank you.